What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Brock Lesnar almost joined TNA, Sami Zayn wants to work with AEW star, shocking wrestler was almost The Undertaker's son in WWE, AEW legend retiring, plus much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, let's hit the intro and get on to our first story. Brock Lesnar almost joined TNA. Our top story today examines a recent revelation from WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. According to Angle, back in 2007, Brock Lesnar reached out to Angle as he wanted to join TNA. However, Lesnar's request was knocked back as TNA couldn't meet Lesnar's financial requirements. Angle would discuss this on his Kurt Angle Show podcast. Brock calls me. He's not in the WWE. He says, "Listen, man, can you get me in TNA? I probably shouldn't even be saying this now, but you know what? Brock doesn't care." He said, "Hey, what are you making?" And I said what I was making. He said, "If you could give me that, I'll come." I approached TNA and they said, "No, we're not going to give him that kind of money." I think they were at the top of their budget, where they couldn't really give any more money out. The Carter family funded it for a long time, and then TNA started making their own money, but it just wasn't enough to bring in another guy for 7 figures a year. I don't think they were capable enough to do that. Imagine a world where Lesnar joined TNA. You must assume that if Lesnar did join TNA back in 2007, then the impact of this signing would have been huge. TNA would have had the likes of Lesnar, Angle, Sting, Samoa Joe, and AJ Styles all under one roof. Speaking of Angle, he is set to return to WWE next week, as WWE will host a birthday celebration for him on SmackDown. In relation to Lesnar, there is no news in relation to when he will return to WWE TV, but it's being rumored that he will be wrestling Bobby Lashley at the Royal Rumble next month. Seth Rollins pays tribute to Brodie Lee. Former WWE champion Seth Rollins delivered a passionate tribute to his friend Brodie Lee following his live event match this weekend. The WWE live event was taking place in Rochester, New York, which just so happens to be Brodie's hometown. In the tribute, Rollins would declare, "He passed away a couple of years ago around this time, and this is the first time I've been here with a microphone in my hand in this city to tell him how much I miss him and how much I love him. I just wanted to say tonight was for him. Every time we're in Rochester, in my heart, that means we're here for him. It's Saturday, and you know what that means. So do your damn thing and sing my song." The tribute is currently going viral on social media, as it's truly special to watch, as Rollins pays tribute to his friend in the best manner possible. Brodie passed away in late 2020, and fans, as well as fellow wrestlers, still love to pay tribute to one of the most popular and beloved stars of the modern era. Shocking star was almost The Undertaker's son in WWE. Caval didn't exactly have the best run in WWE. Following winning the second season of NXT, it was apparent that WWE had no plans to make Caval a main eventer, but there was at one point in time a crazy creative pitch involving his character. According to former head writer of WWE Brian Gewirtz, it was suggested by a member of WWE Creative for Caval to be revealed as The Undertaker's son. Gewirtz didn't expand any more on this snippet of information, but can you imagine a reality where the NXT Season 2 winner was revealed as the son of one of the greatest WWE stars of all time? There have been a number of stars that have been considered to be long-lost family members of The Undertaker in the past. Matt Morgan and Luke Gallows, to name a few, but WWE never followed through on any of these ideas, which was probably the right move in hindsight. William Regal regrets joining AEW? It was revealed this week that William Regal is on his way back to WWE. Regal has only been in AEW for a few months, but it has been reported that Regal had an out clause in his contract, which will allow him to leave AEW if Triple H rose to power in WWE. According to former WWE star EC3 on the Wrestling Outlaws podcast, he heard that Regal ultimately regretted signing with AEW, and there was an issue with the maturity levels of AEW management. Fans are eagerly anticipating the WWE return of Regal, but it is unknown when or how this will transpire. Regal was written off AEW TV this past week when he was attacked by AEW World Champion MJF, and it is commonly believed that this marked Regal's final ever appearance in Tony Khan's promotion. Sami Zayn wants to work with AEW Champion. Sami Zayn is probably one of the biggest names in WWE currently, and his recent comments on Peter Rosenberg's Cheap Heat podcast have got social media talking. Rosenberg would ask Zayn what talents outside of WWE he'd be interested in working with, and this is where Zayn would declare that he would be interested in working with Kenny Omega. It's guys that I've worked with before that I just miss and that I would love to work with again now, like Kenny Omega, just as an example. I'm listing a lot of AEW guys here, but I haven't seen him in 10 years. That's insane. The last time I saw him was in December of 2012, and I miss him and I miss working with him. He was super easy to work. He was a lot like me, actually. I thought very detail-oriented. Zayn would then go on to declare that he would absolutely love to work with reigning AEW World Champion MJF, as the two have never worked together. Zayn added, "I do see some guys out there. MJF pops to mind. I think he's very talented. There's a kid in AEW called Dante Martin who's just like a really great high flyer, and it kind of reminds me of the matches I would have on the independents with guys who are really good high flyers. So just strictly based on in-ring, I think just if we were working an indie in front of 300 people. MJF would get tagged on Twitter in a video of Zayn making these comments, and the AEW World Champion would proceed to call Zayn the salt of the earth in a rare, wholesome moment from AEW's top heel. Business is booming for WWE. One of the biggest changes in WWE since Triple H took over is the increase in ticket sales. WWE events such as Raw and SmackDown are often close to selling out, and premium live event tickets are now a hot commodity. The 2023 Elimination Chamber event officially sold out in a single day. This is a crazy statistic, as in the past, WWE have struggled to move tickets for the event, as fan interest simply wasn't there. WWE have yet to announce any matches for the show, but a showdown between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn is being heavily rumored. That show is set to take place in Canada, so it makes logical sense that this is where Zayn will get his world title shot against Reigns. Business is truly booming for WWE, and we have seen from recent events such as Crown Jewel and Survivor Series War Games that a ton more effort is going into making sure these premium live events are memorable and worth the price of admission. WWE legend claims Sasha Banks isn't joining AEW. There continues to be speculation in relation to when or even if Sasha Banks will return to WWE. One of the rumors that has been circulating online is the possibility of Banks signing with AEW. However, according to Ric Flair on his To Be the Man podcast, he claims that he has personally spoken to Banks and that she has no plans to join AEW. Banks recently wrapped work on a movie, and it remains unclear what Banks' future plans are. AEW Star Retiring. Our final story today shares some unfortunate news relating to the impending retirement of wrestling legend Dustin Rhodes. Rhodes, who went under the name of Goldust in WWE, appeared at the Blizzard Brawl tapings this weekend, and this was when Rhodes announced to the live crowd that he will be retiring next year. Rhodes has had a multi-decade-long career and is a definitive future Hall of Famer when the time comes. Rhodes is likely to remain a coach for AEW behind the scenes, but his in-ring career is officially coming to a close. There you have it, folks, the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time back for some more wrestling content.